The first tip is to be gracious. Start out by introducing yourself and telling people how you know the bride and groom and thanking them for giving you the honor of being able to say this speech, even though you might not feel that way at the time. Then make sure you thank anybody that's made serious efforts to be there. So the elderly, the heavily pregnant, people who have come from really far and wide, that sort of thing. Be gracious. Tip number 2 is to be respectful. You're going to be addressing a very mixed audience. So that crazy story about how the groom got his wild nickname might be hilarious among your closest friends, but it might not be so hilarious to his grandparents. So keep those inside jokes to a minimum, and remember that this is not the time to show off what great friends you are with the bride and groom. You might just end up alienating a part of your audience. So be respectful. Tip number 3 is to be tactful. You're going to be sharing probably some little anecdote about the bride and or groom, and just choose that story wisely, okay? This is not the time to be going into any stories, any wild and crazy stories about any mischief or misbehavior that they may have gotten into in the past. Off-limits topics include exes, infidelity, and any doubts that they had about getting married. Just don't even go there. Be tactful. Tip number 4 is to be positive. This is a really emotional day for a lot of people, so try to avoid any kind of negativity. Now, you're allowed to poke a little bit of fun at the groom within reason, but when it comes to the bride, you may only say lovely things about her, even if you have to stretch it a little bit. So if you think that she's really loud and obnoxious, then she's the life of the party. If you think that she's dull, then she's down to earth. And if you think that she's bitchy, well, then she's self-confident, right? So try to put a positive spin on everything. Be positive. Your 5th tip is to be concise. Keep it short. You might be surprised to know, or relieved to know, that the average wedding speech is only about 2 minutes long, and it shouldn't go longer than 3 or 4 minutes tops. So if you find in practicing that your speech is going longer than that, go back and check how many times you're saying I, me, my, because this really isn't about you, it's about the people who are getting married. And if you talk about yourself too much, not only is it going to make this too long and there's other people that need to talk, but you're going to end up boring your guests and you'll probably come across as a bit of a pompous jerk. So be concise. Tip number 6, be smart. Use your best judgment, and if you feel like there's something that you should maybe not be including in your speech, then don't. Leave it out. Practice in front of people, and if they think that anything you're saying is below the belt, then omit that too. Be smart. And finally, tip number 7, the most important tip of all, be yourself. You need to be sincere in who you are, or everybody is just going to end up feeling uncomfortable watching you give your wedding speech. If you're not funny, don't try to be, and you don't need to be a comedian to give a great wedding speech. The bride and groom obviously love you for who you are, and you need to be confident in that. So wrap it all up by raising your glass and wishing the bride and groom a life full of happiness and toasting them, and bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And that is how to give a wedding speech that doesn't suck. And if you're looking for a professional wedding photographer in the beautiful Riviera Maya of Mexico, then contact us today by clicking that link right below there. We are Fun in the Sun Weddings, your #1 choice for destination wedding photography here in the beautiful Riviera Maya of Mexico. Adios.